after our last town hall, that I remember the line from Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat. So we got the biggest boat we could find, and I want to thank all of you on all sides for coming out today. You know, they say it's a Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. And we certainly live in the most interesting in my lifetime, and perhaps one of the most interesting times in the history of this country. There are a lot of issues at foot. There is a lot of controversy attached to those issues. But the good news is that our system of government is the very best ever designed in the history of human civilization. Exactly the kind of disputes that our generation is going to have to resolve. And I think it all comes down to the uniquely American notion of sovereignty. You know, in other countries, the government is the sovereign. All rights and all powers flow from it to the people. The American notion is completely different. In America, the people are sovereign. Our rights come from what the founders called the laws of nature and of nature's God, and we create governments to protect those rights. And that means that the sovereign in America doesn't govern. The sovereign in America hires help to govern. And then we watch that help and we debate how they're doing, and then we decide after 2 years whether to keep them or fire them and hire somebody new. And that means the real debate is not the one that goes on in Washington, D.C. or in Sacramento, in any halls of government. The real debate is the debate that goes on among the American people, the American sovereign. That's the debate that goes on over backyard fences and family dinner tables and meetings like tonight. Amen to that. And the one thing that we see whenever there are great issues afoot are the American people come alive, and they have that great debate. And that works, and it works very well, provided that we talk with each other and not shout at each other. Yes, sir. So in that spirit, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank every one of you for being here today to discuss among ourselves the future of our country, because it's upon that discussion that the future of our country is decided. Now, usually I would give a brief introduction about the great issues that we are confronting today in Washington, but you have all come here because of those issues. I don't need to reiterate them. This evening is yours. Have at it. We've got 2 microphones. Matt's got one. Where's the other one? Oh, just one microphone? Okay, so you've got to get Matt's attention, and he'll take it from person to person. We'll try to get through as many folks as we can. So, is it working?
Testing.
Yeah, there you go.
How will you work to improve the quality of our air and water in Madera County?
Good question. First thing is, as you know, we have a forest that is dying. And what concerns me the most is what will happen if we have another major super fire like the 4 or 5 now that we've had in this district over the past 4 years. We've lost nearly 1,000 square miles of forests to catastrophic forest fire because we stopped managing our forests a generation ago. We've passed laws that have made it virtually impossible to maintain a density that the land can support. As you know, a typical acre can support between 20 and 100 trees per acre, depending upon the topography. The average tree density in the Sierra is 266 trees per acre. We've had an 80% decline in timber harvest off of the national forest, and we've had a concomitant increase in catastrophic wildfire. So one of the objectives that we have, is to restore proper management of our forests, because another catastrophic fire makes a mockery of all of our air pollution rules. I think one of the greatest environmental threats to the quality of air in this region is catastrophic wildfire.
My name is Mary. First of all, thank you so much for being here, because I know a lot of your colleagues have chosen not to be in this town hall, so we really appreciate you coming out.
Well, thank you for being here. You're taking time out of your schedule.
It's my first town hall. I've never done one of these before, so forgive me if I'm nervous. I want to know, right now I'm a working taxpayer, and that is only because I can afford my health insurance today. Because my health insurance is, without the ACA, $460. With the ACA, it's $1 a month. It's not hyperbole. Without the ACA, I am on so-many disability, and all of these taxpayers are paying me to sit on the couch for the rest of my life. I don't want to do that. I want to be a working taxpayer and make my living. So short of reversing your position on the ACA, what are you planning to do to make sure that my health insurance remains affordable, and for the 30 million Americans that rely on that?
There's no question that some people have had a very good experience with the ACA, with Obamacare, but most people have had a very bad experience with it. Consider this. More people opt to pay the tax penalty than opt to buy into the Obamacare exchange. The fact of the matter is that this has been one of the most prominent issues in the last 4 election cycles, during which the Democrats have lost 64 U.S. House seats, 12 U.S. Senate seats. The point is, the American people have made it very clear they want Obamacare repealed. I can't answer the question, and we run out the clock on other people who want to ask questions or make comments if we comport ourselves in this manner. Let me tell you this, though. We all are very much aware that we're going to be judged on our ability to deliver a vastly better health care system to the vast majority of Americans. We don't want to leave anybody in the lurch, and the replacement plan that is taking shape, and I'm one of those that insists that as we repeal it, we need to address the underlying problems that gave rise to Obamacare in the first place. And that means, among other things, that we give these huge tax advantages to companies to purchase plans for their employees that their employees are stuck with whether or not they like them, and that they lose if they ever lose their job or want to move to another job. Why don't we give those same tax advantages to the employees themselves so they can afford to go out and purchase a plan that they can own, that they can take from job to job, and that they can fire if it no longer serves their needs. Why don't we expand health savings accounts so people can meet their medical costs with pre-tax dollars? Why don't we restore to people the freedom to shop across state lines for a plan that's better than state? Now, I think the plan is taking shape for the millions of Americans who have been forced into Medicaid under Obamacare. If they're satisfied with that, there's going to be a grandfather clause, I think, that allows them to keep that coverage. But our objective is to establish a system where you have the widest possible range of choices. You pick the plan that best meets your own needs, and then through refundable tax credits, those plans will be within your financial reach. That's our objective. And the bottom line is, you cannot spin Obamacare. Everybody has had an up-close and personal experience with it. Some it's been a good experience, for many it's been a bad experience. The last 4 elections have given us a very clear mandate to repeal it and replace it with something that works, and ultimately we're going to be judged on whether we do that.